So if you go to the homework that you are going to have, there is the structure that you must draw. So this time I didn't give you the structure that you must name. I want you to draw the structure, the structural formula. I gave you the name, therefore you must give me the structural formula. So let's check whether I've got another one there that contains a triple bond. It's not there. They are all single bonds. Therefore, it is this one that you must draw. If I go a little bit up there, this one, you just have to be careful when you do this one. Just draw, before you give the name for this compound, my colors have disappeared. If you give the name for this compound, just try and draw the structure before you give the name so that you can see what type of structure is that. And then you'll be able to give the proper structure. So just be careful also here where you've got CH2 in brackets and then there's 3 there. And then this 3 means you've got those CH2, you've got 3 of them. So it's CH2, CH2, CH2. That is what this means. And then this one says you've got CH3 and there are 2 of them. So just be careful that draw the structure before you write the name so that you can see the complete picture of this condensed formula. And then you'll be able to give the correct name. That one, it won't give you a problem. So number 2 and number 3 and number 4, before you give the name, draw for yourself a structure so that you can see the whole picture for this condensed structure. All right. So let's go back to the presentation. Later we are going to look at the haloalkane and the alcohol and the other homologous series. So I won't go into the haloalkane because I don't want to give you more than enough information. But what we can do is we can check if we've got a different name. How do we draw the structure of that indicating the triple bond? Let me switch over to this so that you can all see. Let's say here they give you pent 2-ine. All right, pent 2-ine. What does this mean? It means after carbon number 2, I've got the triple bond. So if they say you must draw this, you remember that pent has how many bonds? I mean, how many carbons? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, after carbon number 2, I can count from there and say 1, 2. After carbon number 2, I've got a triple bond, and then there will be a single bond there. So this will be the structure for pent 2-ine. But then it's not a complete structure because it must also contain the hydrogens. Remember, I said to you, if you do not indicate the hydrogens, you will be penalized for that. So the second carbon, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds. So I don't need a hydrogen for this one because already it has 4 bonds. And this one, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds. And for this carbon, I don't need to have hydrogen because there are enough bonds. And then this one will have 2 hydrogens. That one will have 1, 2, 3 hydrogens. So this is the correct structure for pent 2-ine. All right. Let's say, for example, let us put some substituent into this and see how the structure will look like. Let's say at carbon number 2 and carbon number 3, you've got a dimethyl, and then hex 2-ine. All right. They say you must draw the structure of this name. So if we check, here we've got where you must start when you are given the name and you need to draw. Start from here. You've got 6 carbons. So you draw those 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? And then you check. After carbon number 2, I've got a triple bond. Carbon number 1, number 2, I need to draw or to put triple bonds there. And then the rest of other bonds will be single bonds. Single, 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 single. And then the other bonds there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, we need to swap that around so that it doesn't make confusion. Because if you look at that one, you said after carbon number 2, and already 2 has 4 bonds. Let's say carbon number 5 and carbon number 4 and number 5. 4, 5 dimethyl. So we'll number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? So at carbon number 4, you've got that substituent, and carbon number 5, you'll have that substituent. So when you are given the name, start with the parent name. Start with the parent name and check how many carbons you have. You have got 6 carbons, and then after carbon number 2, I've got a double bond. So it works easier and correctly for you. And then from there, you will indicate where your substituents are, carbon number 4 and carbon number 5. So this is what you must do with the activity that you are going to work with for your homework. All right. So what is left for you now is you will get the worksheet from your class teacher, where you will go and do those activities, 2 activities there. And then when you are done with them, when we meet next week, before we get into the haloalkane and other homologous series, we'll first work on the activity so that you check yourself whether you've got it correct. And then from there, we'll continue with our lesson. Thank you for tuning in. Now I'm signing off and say bye-bye. Till next time.